Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. Troubling news out of Lafourche Parish. 2 high school girls were charged with trying to frame a teacher for inappropriate messages. Here to talk a little more about it and a follow-up is Captain Brendan Mathern with the Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office. So, Brendan, thanks so much for joining us. And this, it's a different world, I guess, now when you talk about social media, different sites, text messaging, all that kind of stuff. But this could get a couple of kids in some real trouble, right?
This is just one of those far-fetched stories that if you're not reading it, it's hard to believe. But maybe it's not that hard to believe in today's world. Harry, we've seen countless stories in the media and the national media about teachers behaving inappropriately or having some type of sexual relationship with a student. That this was bound to happen eventually. You just don't expect it to happen in your backyard, so to speak. And that's exactly what we had here with 2 teenage girls attempting to frame a teacher for inappropriate conduct. How this all went down was on December 18th, our investigators, our juvenile detectives started opening an investigation after some potential inappropriate messages were brought to their attention by another student at Central Lafourche High School involving 2 teenage girls, 2 teenage students at the high school, and potentially a Central Lafourche teacher, a male teacher at the school. And ultimately, our detectives had a very thorough investigation. The next 2 weeks went down. They learned that a 15 and a 16-year-old girl were allegedly having conversations with a teacher on an instant messaging platform online. But the investigation learned that the teacher was in no way, shape, or form involved. After conducting interviews with all the parties allegedly involved and obtaining search warrants for social media platform, for the phones that were allegedly involved, the investigation showed that the 2 teenage girls had fabricated the entire story, created fake accounts, and shared screenshots with friends that they had created in an effort to frame the teacher for sending what would be sexually inappropriate messages and pictures to the girls. The teacher had no involvement, had no knowledge until it was brought up to them, until the accusations were brought forward. And the teacher was actually proven to be the victim of this crime and has been cleared of all allegations.
Did originally you guys investigate the teacher? Is that how you've got into this?
Well, like any investigation, we start by trying to collect all the facts that we can. So in this case, it was a third party that came forward, a concerned party, being another student at the school. And so we just started from scratch, looking at, let's look at, you start by conducting interviews with the girls involved, the teacher potentially involved. And again, what we noticed initially was that that he had obviously no knowledge of this because it was completely foreign to him because he had nothing to do with it. The girls ultimately had created all these fake screenshots, and ultimately, Harry, our investigators are going to have, a gut feeling or something, and they're going to pursue something to that end. But regardless, when you have screenshots, when you have messaging involved, and in this case, multiple identities, multiple, accounts, we're going to start looking at IP addresses. We're going to start looking at, who had control of these accounts and what evidence of these accounts are there on certain devices. All of it points to these girls creating these fake accounts. And One of them that did cooperate with the investigation actually admitted to her involvement in the crime. So we not only proved it, but we got an admission from one of those involved. And look, that's the message here, right? Like, there's a lot that you can do. I know we were talking off the air about AI and all of the things that it is capable of, and that's true. But we've also, as good as AI has become, we've also in law enforcement and in the tech world, even teachers now are getting better schooled at how to spot it and how to spot fake things that have been fabricated. So just as easy it is for someone to create it, it's just as easy now for us to figure it out.
So both girls were charged with one count each of false swearing for the purpose of violating public health or safety, which is a felony in cyber stalking and online impersonation. Do you know what they were gonna do? Or were they maybe gonna? I'm sure they must have had some kind of extortion or just being angry at him. Did they kind of admit to where they were going with this?
Yeah, their ultimate goal was not 100% clear to investigators, nor was the motive not 100% made clear. What we did learn was that we learned that one of the girls possibly had a crush on this teacher. Another one of the girls had been reprimanded in some way for behavior in the teacher's class. So both of those kind of points to a possible motive of why this particular teacher was the target of this. But as far as what they wanted to do in the end, it's not 100% clear. We do believe that eventually they wanted to report this, but it's the belief of our investigators that this may have happened, by the third party coming forward, that this all kind of happened faster than they expected it to.
And look, I mean, they are kids, and things can get away from you at times for sure. So we hope there wasn't any malice, but this is a good lesson for the entire community to learn. Like, don't do this. And you guys, like you were saying, are pretty tech savvy now. It's not like there's a bunch of old dudes like me just reading newspapers anymore.
Investigation like this and just has become an everyday investigation, Harry. And this is not something that we can send off to a crime lab or to the FBI and wait to get back. This is something that we've had to school ourselves in and become fluent in as far as these type of investigations.
Absolutely. Well, Brennan, we appreciate the update. It's an interesting story. Like I say, hopefully everybody can learn from this that, man, let's not do this, but appreciate the update. Thank you.
Thank you. All
right. That's Brennan Mathern with the Sheriff's Department of Lafourche Parish. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this. All right, brother.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.